Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia Simonenko. I'm an entrepreneur. And like many entrepreneurs, I started a number of businesses, but today I want to tell you about two of them. And the first is Movavi, the multimedia software company that we built in Siberia with my friend from university 15 years ago. So now it's quite a big company. We have more than 300 employees. We have 30 products in 20 languages and millions of users around the world. But back then, 15 years ago, there was just two of us, maybe around $3,000 on the bank account, no investors, no credit, just us. It's our drive and creativity. So after university, and I graduated in Siberia, I went to work for a game company, and I loved my work. I was doing international marketing. I loved the product, I loved the team, but I always wanted to try to do something for myself. And with my friend, we were trying to do something on the side. We were doing some small software, but you know, when there is no focus, not enough time, it didn't work. It just was always, somewhere on the side. And then at one day, everything changed because I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. There was a small microadenoma, but the fear has big eyes. I did not realize how big is the problem. But I remember myself stepping down from the MRI laboratory with the images and the results. And I just felt that I have to do something right now. I want to quit my job. I want to focus on what I want to do now because I don't know what will wait for me in the future. And I did it. So next week, I quit my job and spent all my time and all my energy on our project. We analyzed the video market because my friend was a specialist in video codecs. And we saw enormous potential, and we started with two products, very simple video editor and video format converter. And since I focused on that and spent 100% of my time and attention to the project, it went very well, it went very quickly. So I formulated the first rule for myself: when you want to do something, really pay all your attention. Full focus and motivation will get you move forward. And for the first year and a half, we didn't have office, so all the team, all people worked from home. And I used to work at night because I liked this feeling that the whole city is sleeping and there's nothing disrupt you, nothing. I remember when my roommate at 7 a.m. was going to work, I was hearing him leaving the room. That was the time for me to go to bed, to wake up at 2 or 3 p.m. and start my workday. I don't recommend this to anybody. I don't think it's good for health. But for me, it worked very well. I was younger at the time. And these 18 months, first 18 months of the company, I think there was the most efficient time for me and for the company, for the team. And then we opened the office, and then I came back to my normal mode. So we started with this video software company, video software product. And being in Siberia and selling from Siberia in Russia is as difficult as selling globally, because Siberia is far from anywhere. And some can see this as a problem, but we saw this as an opportunity. And we started selling our products on foreign markets. We started on English in the United States, and then in UK and Australia. Then we translated to European languages, and then to Russia, to Russian as well. I see a lot of companies now in Russia and in Europe that focus on local markets. And for some, probably there are some advantages on that. But I realized that if you see the big picture, you can do it even from Siberia. And it was a crazy idea at the time because I couldn't speak English. And when banks or partners, they called me phone, sometimes I could not understand what they tell me. I asked them to send me emails, then I can check the words, and this way I learn English. But we did it. And in Siberia, there's a lot of great engineers, software engineers, but no people in marketing or product management. So we learned ourselves, we trained, we hunted down the young talents, we trained them from scratch, and we learned together with them. But it was doable. It's crazy, but we did it. But I think what the most important thing I did, and we did at this time, is we tried to scale as fast as we can. I think for me it's like a mental exercise. When I see or hear a good idea or see a good product, automatically I'm starting thinking, so how we can make it available for 100 more people, 1,000, 1 million. So we started from US, and then we looked for other countries with the same or similar user scenario, and then we just did the same in every country, in Germany and UK, in Australia, in Japan. At the same time, in countries with different user behavior, like in China and India, we're not successful even now. For market segmentation, so we created our video editing program, and then we think how, without changing the core of the product, make it available for different user segments, optimizing the pricing model and maximizing the margin and the revenue. So we have, for video editor, we have the simple license, we have the personal, we have the business license for business users, educational license, we have subscription, we have downloadable license. We have video editor, we have video editor plus with some additional functions. So we're looking for the ways how to, without dramatic changing of the product, make it available for different segments and price them differently. And product segmentation. When we discovered a business model and a way to produce and market a product in one niche, for example, video editing or video in general, then we looking for the way how to replicate this experience in different niches. So we launched our products in photo, in audio, in screen capture, in PDF, and so on. If the business model is similar, marketing channels are similar, then we can replicate our experience, and we did it. So this slide is supposed to show the portfolio of Movavi software, because now we are represented in many different areas, not only video, but also photo, as I said, and audio, and screen capture, and PDF. If we understand how video editing works for Windows users, then we do it for Mac, for mobile, for Android, for iPhone. So we try to scale the same idea, the same product to different operation systems as well. But of course, we did a lot of mistakes along the way. And I think most of the mistakes we did when we thought that we understand the user needs without actually checking that. So in 2009, we launched new business called Aviberry. It was a video encoding service. And the product was similar in some cases, and because it was video encoding, right? The same technology. But the users were different. The scenario of usage was also very different. But at that time, we had already a great ego. We thought we are genius, and sitting in front of our computers in Siberia, we can do the same thing as we did for consumer market and be successful. So we spent 2 years, a lot of time, a lot of money, before we closed this project. And it tells me what Steve Blank is telling us. You have to get out of the building and go to get to know your customers, your business model, your market. So now every time I start a new project or work with new product, I'm trying to say, get rid of your ego, Natalia. You have to get on the plane and go to find your customers. Because if you're successful in one business model, it doesn't mean that you will be successful in different market and different conditions. This is my son. I wanted to say that time flies and we change, our lifestyle and motivation changes. And a few years ago, I stepped down from my operational role in Movavi. I was a bit tired of multimedia software and switched to STEM education. We opened IT schools in Siberia, teaching kids coding and robotics and design. And this is my new venture called Oyster, now available only in Russia. The business or the project born from the family values, from my experience raising my son. Oyster is educational kits for children aged 4 to 12 about STEAM careers. And it's very different from Movavi, very different product and users and business model and motivation. My look at this business has changed a lot. And I may fail, I don't know, but I'm very curious to see what's there around the corner, and I want to explore. And that's my short story. Thank you for your attention.
Let's have some questions as well. I see a hand there. Can we get a microphone to the love? Come again? Wait for a microphone, please. Yes. You came in late, I heard that.
Yeah, I came in late. Why is the company name Oyster? Is there any backstory to that?
Why is the company name Oyster?
Why is this name?
Yeah.
There is a Shakespeare phrase, the world is your oyster, famous phrase, meaning that in one of the, sometimes you will find what you're looking for, and we say that every box has something for you. In some of your box, you will find your pearl.
Yeah. Plus, they're delicious.
Yes, it's true.
Exactly.
Kids disagree, I think.
Yeah, but kids don't know like what's good for them.
No.
Like they don't like vegetables, oysters, broccoli. Like it's all good.
Strange people.
Strange people, exactly. Small strange people. I have 3 of them, by the way. Everybody loves kids. Anyway, any other questions, please? We still have some time. How do you enjoy Estonia?
I love Estonia. Unfortunately, why? Why? I think you keep this small, beautiful old city. Like in not so many places in the world, in Europe, they have this medieval city still alive. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, I live in Tartu. There is no medieval city there, but it has a fresh air. So there is also a question there.
Yes, hello.
Yes, stand up, introduce who you are.
Hello, my name is Kaspar, and I have a question. I understood that the beginning of your story started with this diagnosis, like this is what got you going and this focus and all of that. But did you have those ideas before? What was stopping you to start chasing your dreams before, or what was before that?
Well, because you have a nice lifestyle. I worked for a game company. I had a good salary and great team and great product. But you know, always something that I have to do something for myself. I have to start it. And we try to do small programs, small games with my friend. But when you don't spend all your energy and time on this, it cannot, fly. So we tried, but it never worked out. We did it for a year and a half probably. And then when I focused, the company was born very quickly, and the products, and then it went very well. No, because as I mentioned, my friend was experienced in video codecs, so we tried small programs in audio and video because that was his technical expertise, but not video editing. Because after I left the game company, I started to dig in and deeping down into the video industry, and then realized that there is potential there. There is potential there. Let's go there, and it works very well.
We still have some room for more questions. Do we have any more questions? One or two, maybe? Yes, comment. She's brilliant, obviously. She's on the stage. Give her a big applause.
Thank you.
Well, we do have, thank you for the comment. We still have a question, time for a question as well. Do you want to ask us anything? Or anybody else in the audience? Maybe you want to ask them something?
Yeah. Yesterday on the dinner, I was with two investors on the table, and I told them that I'm from Siberia, and I said that's a very good comparison, Estonia and Siberia, in terms of how people think, and it's far from everywhere.
Yeah.
It's pretty much hard to sell from Estonia as from Siberia, but there is also an opportunity. So how you feel about that? Is it?
To be honest, I have always thought that Estonia is this like a far corner of Europe, or this Western Europe, and I think what helps us a lot is that since you don't have like a big market here, we have to go global since day one. And then although we are quite like, let's say, Helsinki or Berlin are much better connected to the rest of the world, or the, let's say, the startup life boils in Silicon Valley, you can still get there. Also, like from Siberia, you can get to Estonia, you can get to Silicon Valley. The world is your oyster. Exactly. So thank you. You had a question. Okay. Yeah, we exactly have time for one question. Yep.
Let me think how to phrase it. There's lots of emphasis on the STEAM education and science, technology, etc. But are you also thinking that kids are missing out on the more essential stuff like physical education, education about nutrition, and these sort of things should be incorporated also early? Because if they're, for example, sitting behind a computer or a tablet device or anything for a long period of time, it has negative implications on their posture, body posture, and muscular development and stuff. So
it's a very long question.
Yeah.
Can you answer it?
Yes, to some extent. I think STEM is probably another hype right now, and maybe it's too much attention and too many projects around that. But the balance, the harmony, that's what we are looking for kids, for us. So hopefully we'll find a way to keep it in balance.
Okay, balance is the key. Thank you so much. Give her a big applause. Thank you for coming to Estonia.